Hey guys, alright, so I just woke up. It's early morning. I'm going to take my new bike I just got out, try to take it out to the trails this morning. It's the Gravity Bullseye. It's the cheapest fat tire bike you could buy on Bikes Direct. It's a 21 speed. Components seem like they're okay. I've been driving it around now for a couple of days. Installation, I mean, putting it together was super easy. Anybody can do it. The brakes are crap. They're just super. There's no stopping power there. But we'll see how it does on the trail. Alright, let's go. What are you guys waiting for? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I don't have all day. Alright, we're here at Larch Mountain. Probably in over my head with this bike. The cheapest bike you could buy on Bikes Direct. Fat tire mountain bike. Oh my god. It's already dusty. Alright, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we don't get hurt. And hopefully we don't do anything stupid. One and the same. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this is definitely where it's better suited. Doing little trails, little sissy trails. Going over these big rocks fairly easy. Can't hang with the big boys on the downhill tracks, although that looks goddamn fun. So yeah, this bike, it's good for trails, little dips and hills, and anything more than 1 inch of air. There's no suspension. The tires probably got them filled up a little bit too high. I think they're at like 25 psi. It was kind of more for road. Probably could have let some out and it probably would have helped out quite a bit. But I didn't bring my pump with me, so I didn't want to let out too much and then be, you know, SLO'd, you know. Alright, so in conclusion, Gravity bike, pretty good for the price, 400 bucks, pretty good deal. It was just the cheapest thing that I saw other than getting a mongoose. I just didn't want to get a mongoose, so I figured this was the cheapest one that wasn't a mongoose. It seemed like it had decent components. And yeah, it's decent. I would not do any downhill on it. There's a couple times where I almost spilled out because of like lack of suspension, and I could not get this seat post to go down any lower. Like, I don't know if there's something that I just did wrong, but this is as low as it goes. So I don't know if it hit something in here or what, or maybe I just gotta mess around with it. But I couldn't get that to go down lower, so I had to like sit behind the seat to get, you know, low center of gravity when I was going down hills. Otherwise I just would have gone ass over tea kettle, as they say. But anyways, back to the bike. So 400 bucks for this bike delivered. Pretty good deal. However, I'm not going to say it's a great deal, only because I got this Saunders e-bike for $500. So for $100 more, you could get this bike that I'd say the components are fairly similar. It only has it's a single speed. I mean, it's not apples to apples, but for $500, this came with a battery, a controller, and a motor built in. I mean, if you, I don't know, I just feel like this value compared to this value, it's hard for me to say that this is a super great deal. I would probably say spend a little bit more, or invest in a front suspension, or just keep this thing on the trails and take some air out of the tires. I had about 25 to 30 psi in these tires, so that's probably way too much. But I didn't want to let the air out because I didn't have a pump to pump it back up, so I didn't want to let out a little too much and then be like, great, because I got out there pretty far. I didn't want to have to walk it back. So overall, Bikes Direct bike, $400 for the Gravity Bullseye. Yeah, if you just really want to get a fat tire bike, it's got the 3-inch tires, I'd say it's not a bad deal. Go ahead and pull the trigger. Personally, I'd probably just go look on Craigslist for like a good full suspension mountain bike if you just want something with a soft, cushy ride. But I don't know. It's hard to recommend it. It's hard to not recommend it. Brakes actually were better than I thought. It stopped me pretty well when I was out on the trail. Just, you know, I got over some rough terrain. I needed to stop, and it stopped me pretty good. So I guess I can't complain too much about it. High speed stuff, we'll see. I'm gonna probably strap a Cyclone motor to this, and we'll see how the brakes are at 30 miles an hour plus. So stay tuned.